In today's equity index futures markets, let's look at the S&P 500 futures as they're selling off today. S&P 500 futures now trading lower for a third consecutive session. Today, we're looking at the futures market down just under 0.5%, currently priced at the 55.14 level, so holding just above that 5,500 level. And that is a 3-week low for the S&P 500 futures now, giving up the strength that they experienced in late August to push us back down towards the levels that they were trading at in the middle of August currently, as the markets are realizing selling pressure to start the month of September. Driving factors really surrounding economic activity and expectations moving forward. This morning we had some labor data regarding U.S. labor markets, private payrolls coming in below expectations, as that's a catalyst, I think, as to why the market's concerned about economic activity as the labor market continues to weaken as we move into the fall. Certainly, the Fed is keeping a close eye on that, and I think that that's one of the catalysts. Now, we did also have other data points this morning, service data from PMI and ISM data points that were better than expected, and that actually did give us a lift and brought the S&P 500 futures back to unchanged or slightly higher early in the session before experiencing some continued selling pressure late to move us down towards the lower end of the daily range. Now, tomorrow, non-farm payrolls will be a big catalyst as well. That could shed some light as far as the labor markets and certainly how the Fed might interpret that moving forward. So I think that's going to be a big number tomorrow. But looking at the general trends, with today's selling pressure, the S&P now trading down to the lowest level in 3 weeks and really losing momentum to start off the month of September. After finishing out the month of August on a high note, we are seeing selling pressure persist throughout this week. And across the board, pretty much across the board, most of the major equity index futures markets were lower today, with the exception of the NASDAQ actually holding on to a gain as we move towards the close. Now, in the after hours, we are seeing the NASDAQ futures lower, some earnings coming out that are influencing the markets, but the NASDAQ futures were able to stem some of the selling pressure today, where we did see the other major equity index futures market trading lower now for a third session.